Hello! Before I start, I'd just like to thank everybody who left a comment on my last video. I really did appreciate your thoughts. Anyway, moving on back into the gardening world. The weather over here in the UK is finally broken. We had weeks and weeks of sunshine, which was great, but we also needed some rain, which has finally arrived. But with the rain, we've had pretty high winds, which has caused havoc with some of my tender plants and blown some of them over and such, but I don't think any major damage has been caused. We'll pop outside in a sec and have a look at how the potatoes are doing, and then I'll show you what's going on in the kitchen, and then we'll take a trip up to the plot. Okay, we're out in my back garden. As you can see, the potatoes are still going really well. I think they've become a bit too top heavy, as they have blown over, as this tub shows here. But yeah, they're doing really well. As you can see, this particular plant has got flowers on it. Now when your potato plant does produce flowers, it's generally a sign that the potatoes in the ground, or in your pot in this case, are starting to mature. What you can do is do a test dig just to see if they are ready to pull, and if they are, then you can go ahead. For me though, I'm going to leave these a couple more weeks before I actually do a potato reveal. Anyway, let's get back inside. It's a bit windy out here. Now then, what do you think these are growing in this little tray here? I'm really excited about them. I'm not going to tell you what they are just yet. If you fancy having a guess, please do so down below. I will do the big reveal in a video or two's time. But yeah, like I said, I'm really excited that these are growing for the first time on this channel. So it's a big thumbs up from me. Anyway, like I said, take a guess if you like, down below. Alright, just before I go up to the plot, I do want to give a quick shout out to this YouTube channel, The Hapless Gardener. Fairly new-ish to the YouTube gardening community, in as much as he started 3 years ago, had a break, and has recently returned to YouTube. And his videos are great. They're really funny. He's a really funny guy. Yeah, and he's not as hapless as he makes out. So why don't you go over to this channel, click that subscribe button, give him a thumbs up, and if you do, just tell him that Adam sent you over. Some weeks ago, I showed you how I transplanted the lettuce that I'd planted in this row here, picked out a few and transplanted them into individual lettuces here. And as you can see, these have now started to grow on, heart up, and are looking really good. Less bunched than that lot there. I also transplanted some beetroot from that row there and dotted them individually along the side there. And as you can see, most of them have taken fairly well. Now today I'm going to attempt to thin out some of my turnips, which have grown into some kind of small hedge over there, and I'm going to do the same thing again with the beetroot over there. I'll start thinning out some more of those. Alright, so this is bed number 2 where I'm growing the squashes, honeyboat squash there, spaghetti, spaghetti. But down the side here you can see that I've already started to plant out those turnips, and I put a couple of beetroot there. I'm going to carry on down this side here. I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to kind of fill that gap there. I'll start with the beetroot. There we go. Right, let's pick out one of these plants. There we go, not a bad one. What I'm doing, digging a hole, forming a well for the water to collect when it rains or when I water them, and then plant the next one using the same method. Right, let's try the same technique with the turnips. These are starting to form into little turnips. That one there's not bad. We'll see if this actually works. Alrighty, that's the turnips transplanted, some of the beetroot, some that I did yesterday, and I've also planted some of the turnips at the end here. I don't know how sensible it was planting these couple just behind the sweet peas, because I don't know, once the sweet peas start climbing up this chicken wire, these guys aren't going to get much light, but we'll see what happens. I just need to water them now. My spaghetti squash is just about recovering from the shock of it being planted out here up at the allotment. It's just starting to make a bit of headway. What I need to do is thread a bit of string in between these gaps here, because I don't think it's managing to clamber up this trellis as well as I hoped. Well, there you go. Look at that, some string work. Classic knot tying there. Bear Grylls would be proud of me. I call that a salty sea dog shank knot. Anyway, I think it'll help this spaghetti squash make its way up the trellis a bit more now. Now then, just by way of something completely different, something I discovered this week, this is a stinging nettle. There we go. Stinging nettles have square stems. I did not know that, and I don't know the reason why. And when I kind of googled square stemmed plants, there are quite a few in the plant kingdom. Salvias, mint has a square stem, so does basil, verbenas, monadas and coleus. So I don't know why they have developed square stems, but they just have. Maybe are they stronger, do you think, than rounder stems? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section down below why you think. I don't know. It's probably just a genetic design, isn't it? But I wonder if it's more stable, stronger than a round stem. The lupin flower spikes are kind of hanging on, although some are starting to die back. As you can see here, the flowers have dropped off the bottom sections. Still got a couple of those peach, yellowy type lupins. Some pink ones here, and that dark purple one there. Like I've said before, people, get yourself a lupin. You get so much bang for your buck with these flowers. Quick Swede update. There we go. Starting to do something. Have a look there. That, my friends, will hopefully be the size of my head come Christmas. Probably not. There's a guy in a neighbouring plot just over there that's been strumming for the last half hour while I've been trying to record stuff. Well, I guess it's time for me to annoy people. Let's have a strim off. It probably doesn't look it, but rain has definitely called off play today. It's starting to set in. I haven't got any waterproofs, and I don't particularly want to be doing any gardening in the wet. So yeah, this is it. I'm off home right now. Anyway, thank you for joining me. If you have, remember to hit that like button, share, subscribe, but most importantly, please do comment down below. And until the next video, bye for now.